Hey guys, and welcome back to DG Footy. Make sure to go ahead and check out the socials at _diagrams on Twitter, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to go ahead and start off with Fabrizio Romano tweeting about Kai Havertz to Chelsea. He says, Kai Havertz to Chelsea, one step away, and then here we go. Total agreement to be reached on next hours with Bayern Leverkusen. Last bid is going to be accepted. 80 million euros plus 20 million euros in add-ons as final fee. Last details and paperwork's time. Confirmed. Chelsea and Bayer Leverkusen to sign the agreement for Kai Havertz for 100 million euros, add-ons included, 80 million, 10 million, then 10 million, 5-year contract. Lampard's already spoken with Kai. Paperwork's time between the two clubs to complete every detail. Here we go soon. So, like I said, Chelsea is going to be getting their man in Kai Havertz, which is absolutely massive because his numbers aren't as good as, let's say, Werner's are, but what we can see is that as a 20-year-old or 21-year-old, I think he's 21 actually, he's going to be a massive player for Chelsea for the next 5 years at least, if not more. So, yeah, in 30 games this season, he had 12 goals and 6 assists, and he really only started really killing it not later in the season, but the beginning was a little weird because he was played out of position from my understanding at least. So I mean, they have a gem on their hands. One of the best young German players coming out of the country, along with Werner, incidentally. So they're gonna have two of the best players there. I think that this is awesome for Chelsea. I think that their team is starting to come together. They are still very defensively suspect, but that being said, they look like they are going to get Thiago Silva in, so they will have a leader at the back. He is 36 years old, and some people are concerned with that. I think that he actually takes really good care of himself, so I wouldn't be super concerned if I were a Chelsea fan. I think that's mostly just banter because you guys really lay it on Arsenal fans as the retirement home for Chelsea players. And, Willian is 4 years younger than Thiago Silva, so might want to slow down on that. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but doesn't really matter. It's going to be a good purchase. So you will have Ben Chilwell coming in. You will have Thiago Silva coming in. You will already have Ziyech, Werner, and Kai Havertz. And yeah, it's looking like an awesome transfer window for Chelsea, obviously. So that's all good. And that's about it for Chelsea. I mean, that's massive news. So let's go ahead and move on to Manchester United, who, I mean, they're talking about the Harry Maguire thing. It looks like he was an Albanian gangster, but I don't really want to give any more press to that because it's just, at this point, it's not, I don't think it's ethical to do so. I already talked a lot about it, maybe prematurely. I stick by what I said, and a lot of people disagree with me, but I personally think that if you're, a superstar, you got to stay out of the world eye. You can't be going to public bars in Greece. That being said, I do think that, if my sister got stabbed in the arm, even if it was with a metal straw or whatever, I would fucking kill the dude. So, yeah. I mean, I mean, there's nothing more to say there. So, anyways, let's go ahead and we already know about, move on. Let's go ahead and move on. But we already know Paul Pogba is looking to stay at Manchester United. That's what Mino Raiola said. We covered that yesterday. By any reasonable measure, Chelsea and Manchester United both were on par in quality last season. Some promising youngsters, a handful of stars, but a mile from the top two. One is investing heavily to create a top-tier squad, and the other is directed by Ed Woodward and the Glazers. Yeah, so I'm going to release a podcast at some point about this, and then I'm also going to write a blog post. But, I mean, this is exactly what we expect, isn't it, from the Glazers? And yeah, I don't really see how there's really any way around this. they just don't care. They don't care. So as long as they're getting top 4, they're just going to continue to drive the club into the ground. I mean, yeah, they don't care. And I mean, that's enough said. I do think that we will strengthen. Lots of people are still very confident about Sancho. I'm still 50-50. So we'll just have to see what happens. Looks like Luke Shaw is getting back to fitness, but it's going to be tight for him to be back before the end of the season, or the beginning of the season rather. So we'll have to see on that one. AS Roma won't be signing, won't give up on signing Manchester United center back Chris Smalling, but the 20 million asking price is still a main obstacle. Yeah, I mean, he's for sale, you guys, but you got to stop offering bids of 13 million when he was your best defender last year. You will have to up that. I know it's a pandemic and all that, and I know that Roma was hit hard by the pandemic, as was the rest of Italy. But you're not getting a discount. We're not getting a discount. No one else is getting a discount, so you're not getting a discount. So shell out the money or, go away. Arsenal is going ahead and making improvements as well. If we don't make any improvements, they could sneak in there with Manchester United and possibly pip us to top 4 next season, which is kind of sad because top 4 is not good enough. We want to be progressing past that. We want to be pushing on. We want to be pushing on, looking at that second spot and possibly challenging. But Arsenal has made some good purchases. They got Saliba. They purchased him last summer. He's coming this summer from Saint Etienne. They've got Gabriel, which should be announced this week. And yeah, but it does look like Wolves might be signing Maitland-Niles, which I don't think a lot of Arsenal fans will be happy about. But let's go ahead and read this. This is from David Ornstein and The Athletic UK, so it's pretty reliable. Agreements still need to be finalized on fee and personal terms, but Wolves are closing in on the signing of Ainsley Maitland-Niles from Arsenal, and it's on course to be completed this week. Background for The Athletic on a situation that ultimately suited all parties. Yeah, I know that a lot of Arsenal fans want to keep Ainsley Maitland-Niles around because he's a London boy and he's been through a lot with Arsenal. But it does look like he's thinking about his career at this point. He probably had discussions with Arteta, and Arteta said, look, I can't promise you first team football. So looks like he may be moving on to Wolves. At least it's not Tottenham, right? As Malaga basically lay off all their players due to the crisis we're in, Chelsea spent 80 million plus on one player. So I think that Arsenal are a little bit disappointed, but I mean, you guys laid off workers and you guys have been spending money. So I mean, you guys literally made what, 50 employees redundant during a time where it's almost impossible to get a new job, especially if you're a scout or whatever. So Daily Cannon, probably check yourself there. The Barcelona midfielder has addressed his issue. Philippe Coutinho issues update on future amid Arsenal transfer. I don't know if he's going to be going to Arsenal anymore. That Raul Sanyehi isn't the football director or whatever he was, but he's basically a football director for Arsenal. I don't think that Coutinho will be going, but apparently there's still rumors that he will go. I'm also seeing that Koeman wants to keep him at Barcelona. So, time will tell for that one. If you guys do want him, probably get him done. Probably get that loan done before the beginning of the season, though. Yeah, you can see here, Arseblog. Sad to see Maitland-Niles go, but I suspect it's his desire to leave that's driving this more than our desire to sell. Nice for him to have ended his time at Arsenal with a role in the cup win. That's true. Let's see what money it brings in and what we can do with it. Yeah, so I think that's a very nuanced opinion from the Arseblog. So, yeah, and it'll be nice not having to play him, even though he doesn't always play well against Manchester United. But he's a quick one, so I'd rather come up against Bellerin any day of the week, probably, for whatever reason. I know that Bellerin used to be quick, but he's not so much anymore. Son, I'm angry because I missed chances. Okay. Amazon advertises Spurs dock near Chelsea ground. That's probably a problem in London, but I don't care. Spurs players take over Amazon photo shoot. Would you? No. It's just a fantastic play. It's just fantastic to be here. It's confirmation that I'm in the right place. Højbjerg. He should be good for Spurs. I think he'd be good for any team. I think that he'd probably be a squad player, to be fair, in the top 4 in Chelsea, City, Liverpool, or United. But he's a good player, and I do think he has a high ceiling too, even though he's not necessarily as young as he used to be, obviously. But yeah, good purchase, and he's going to be a very Jose Mourinho player. So, I mean, I keep saying it, but nothing really on Tottenham to say. I think that they are in a difficult financial position, so I mean, what do we expect? What do we expect, right? So, UEFA Champions League final performance showed what Thiago would bring to Liverpool. Yes, so it does look like. Let's go ahead and see what. There we go. A little bit lag here. See what Mr. Falk has to say. Because Yanago Fjoltoft asked me about the future of Thiago. Thiago didn't change his mind last night, so his future will still be in Liverpool Football Club if the club pays a transfer fee to Dortmund. So, still looking good for Liverpool. That was kind of what was on everyone's mind after the Champions League win last night, as they go ahead, Bayern Munich go ahead and win the treble. I know Bayern Munich has wanted to, stick with Thiago, but it still looks like he is going to be moving on, and Liverpool is his destination. So, Manchester City chairman promises signings. I can't pronounce his name, and I don't want to offend anyone. Suggests at least 2 or more signings will arrive. Open to changing strategy of players age 20 to 25. I almost wonder if Manchester City will be switching to a strategy where they start going for younger players that Pep Guardiola wants. I know that he often does go for some youthful, fast, teachable players, but I think that probably, who knows how much longer Pep Guardiola is going to be around. He's entering the last year of his contract, and if he doesn't win the Champions League this oncoming year, he's not getting a new contract. I can pretty much guarantee that. So I wonder if Manchester City will be the players that they want to sign this summer, at least, going with young players that can transition from Pep to another coach next summer, just as a kind of an assurance or security on their investments. Yep, but that's pretty much all we have. So I'm going to go ahead and round it up there. Make sure to check out the socials at Diagrams on Twitter, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you guys all later. Peace.